What's up, guys? Back with another video. Gonna get into it right quick. We're gonna talking about saving money while working from home. So nowadays we see that post-COVID or during COVID and then post-COVID that remote jobs have become a lot more prominent in the job industry. So with that being said, not just remote but also hybrid, where you could work in the office 2 or 3 days, work from home 2 or 3 days. So let's talk about what happens when you're at home permanently or when you're hybrid mostly and you have a budget. How is your budget affected when you're transitioning from working in the office 5 or 6 days a week to working at home 3 to 4 days a week, or maybe even five? So the main things I want to touch point on is that number one, commuting costs. Let's talk about gas. As you know, gas prices have fluctuated, oil has fluctuated. But however, mostly over the past year, gas has gone up. So whenever you're working from home, let's say that a week you spend maybe, let's just say $7 on gas. So multiply that by four, that's $280 per month on gas. Now let's say that you transition to a hybrid schedule and on gas you spend maybe $30 per week. So therefore, between that 30 and 70, you save 40 times 4 is 160. So therefore, you have a $120 surplus on your gas budget now. So when it comes down to that, you need to know where to put that $120 now. Maybe you want to put in your savings account. Maybe you want to put in a certificate of deposit. Or excuse me, you want to put that money towards a certificate deposit. Maybe you want to put that in something else that you want to invest in. Maybe you want to put that in a stock or a bond, etc. So the main thing is that when you're working from home, you have that gas budget. Now you have a surplus because you don't drive as much anymore. When you have that excess money, invest it. Put in your 401k, Roth IRA, put it in something that will give you a return on investment, or just save it. You don't have to say, well, I have this excess money, let me go ahead and spend it elsewhere. I mean, you could do that, you do what you want to do, but at the same time, just understand you have to budget correctly and wisely. Don't go off your budget. Just amend it, modify it, make it better, improve it, enhance it. Let that budget help you become a better person financially. So that's number one that we have to look at: commuting, our commuting expense. So number two, I have it right here in the notes. It says public transportation. So let's just say, I don't know bus costs. I'm so sorry, guys. Please don't crucify me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me on not knowing bus costs. Let's just say that you spend a week on the bus. Let's just say you spend maybe $20 a week on the bus. That's just something out of my head. I'm sorry, $20 a week on the bus. And like I said, that bus budget is just like a gas budget. So $20 a week on the bus times four, that's $80 a month. So after you're doing that, then you have to say, okay, well, if I work from home now, I want to take the bus twice a week or three times a week. So let's just say you spend $10. So now you have a $40 surplus. Just like the commuting expense with your car for gas, put that money towards something that will help you in the long run. And another thing is that when you're working from home is that you don't have to worry about your maintenance costs in your car. See, that is something that slips people's minds, is that when it comes to us driving a lot, we put miles on our car. Now, some cars today can take about 10,000 for another oil change. Mine takes 5,000 for oil change. So whenever you have that maintenance cost that will come around more often, you gotta look at the frequency. Let's say that you don't drive as much anymore, so you probably needed an oil change maybe every 3 months, okay? But now that you work from home, you need it every 5 months. So now you have 2 months to where you can save up a little bit more money and say, okay, this is the maintenance cost that I'm paying on average every time I go to the dealership, have a little money extra aside for any miscellaneous costs. When you have that window, that period, you can better plan your budget to be able to not only help you financially or save up more money for a larger maintenance cost, but also have excess. So we're talking about how excess money can help you from working from home, because you don't have to worry about commuting. You don't have to worry about maintenance costs becoming extra frequently now. You don't have to worry about public transportation. And another thing, you don't have to worry about clothes costs, because some people say, well, when I go into the office, I have to look professional, look the best. So I get a whole entire new wardrobe or have a new slate of clothes and say, I spent maybe, let's just say that you spend about $150 on a wardrobe for the whole week for the office. So now that you work from home more often and you say, well, now it's time for me to buy a new wardrobe, you don't have to spend that $150 or $200 maybe anymore. you could probably spend maybe $50 because you don't have to go in as much. And not only that, especially when you wash and dry, etc., and you know how to do it correctly, you don't have to worry about clothes fitting out, etc. It depends on the products you use. But staying on point is that you're saving money. So when you're saving those dollars, like say you have a budget for everything and you're saving more money and you're saying, okay, this is my surplus, this is my excess, reinvest that or put it elsewhere to where it can assist you. Because whenever you're using that money towards something else that could benefit you, it ultimately helps you save up or reinvest in the long run because it helps you internally be a better person financially. Now you don't have to worry about certain amount of bills, a certain amount of costs that come out of your paycheck because you are investing it back in yourself or you are investing towards something that will help you. So those are the main things that happens when you're driving to the office or where you're commuting or when you have to not work from home is that you have to look at gas, public transportation, clothes, and another thing, eating out. That's probably one of the biggest things because sometimes your employer just doesn't either allow lunch breaks, which they should, or they need to, or the fact that you may just work during your lunch break or whatever, or the fact that some people just say, well, I don't have time to pack a lunch, so I just go down and spend. And I remember for me, when I was working at my prior job, I used to spend probably maybe between $15 and $20 just to go downstairs and go to one of the vendors and eat. It's absurd, it's crazy, but that all adds up when you look on your bank statements. You say, wow, that is not a good financial decision. I could go to the store and buy things and make me meals for the week, or I can put that money towards better food, less expensive food, just by being able to allocate, where I go or allocate the money towards what's needed. So don't always go to the things that are convenient, but try to pre-plan ahead and maybe meal prep, make your own meals. But the main thing is that okay, you're not spending $15-$20 anymore downstairs a day trying to get lunch. Now you're working from home. You go to the grocery store, you buy meals for 1 or 2 weeks. When you have that much more money up front, you can put ahead to save that money that on the back end, you'll be able to help yourself reinvest it. So let's say you spend maybe $100 a week or $80. Say 100 to round up. Say you spend $100 a week going to eat nearby at your job, and you say, "Oh man, that's a lot for me." But then you work from home now. Now you can put forth maybe $75 for 2 weeks, or 100. Maybe that $100 can span you 2 weeks instead of spending $400 a month on food, or maybe spend $300 or $400 a month on food. Now you can go ahead and spend $200 for the whole month. So maybe you could slash that budget in half and say, okay, this was my food budget and your hardcore budgeting. Now I can plan to have that 200 extra saved for something else. So the main overall goal of today's discussion is to say, look, whenever you have excess cash, put it towards reinvesting, put it towards yourself, do something, save it. Just don't go and blow it all to make your budget look worse or make it look the same. Let's improve our budgeting while working from home because now we're saving money. But now also don't get caught in the trap of, oh, I have more money, let me spend it. No, save, invest, help yourself in the future. Don't go blowing it fast. Thanks guys for watching. Tune in for the next video.